Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to show you the result of 3 years of working to prove out a gene that popped up in my collection. For now I'm calling the gene the Yara, or yet another red xanthic, because they look like they're probably a striped line instead of a black back of the red xanthic or lorry or green pastel, or you get the picture. It's not the first time that red xanthic has probably gotten lost and popped up in somebody's collection. And the results in these combos I'm going to show you today are even cooler than I imagined they would be. So let's go check out these snakes. So these are some photos of the girl that started it all. I bought her as a regular bamboo in 2017. I picked her over the others because she had more dorsal striping and a smeared granite look to her side pattern that I thought looked really nice. I was just starting out with ball pythons and I assumed it was just natural variation, and I didn't even consider that it could be an extra gene. But her first clutch of babies got me seriously questioning that. So this is the first girl that I hatched in this project that really got me thinking that something weird is going on. So I now believe that she is a blackhead leopard Yara. So at that time I had hatched a number of blackhead leopards, and I just noticed that this one looked a lot different than all of those other ones. And then when I looked closer at the rest of the clutch, I started seeing some other animals that had the similar differences to them. So what I noticed is when I looked at the alien heads, they were a lot more circular and a lot more narrow. And they had a lot more of this granite look in the alien head showing up that I had not seen in any of my other blackhead leopards. In the original pairing, I was going for the blackhead leopard bamboo, and I didn't hit that, so I figured eventually I can get a bamboo with the extra gene and breed it with her so that I can figure out what it is, and that's what I ultimately ended up doing. Just to show as a comparison is a blackhead leopard male that is more typical, and so as you can see in the pattern on the sides, the alien heads, they're not as circular, they're not as skinny. And just the color is a little bit different too. The color on the one that looked different to me is a bit more of like a muted beige, and that color difference comes through as well on the adults. So in the second clutch from the original bamboo girl, I was able to create 2 more typical bamboos like the one on the left, and 2 bamboo Yaras like the one on the right. And nothing in that clutch hatched out that looked in between like you'd expect with a normal distribution of natural variations. So I started feeling even more confident that I was maybe right about there being another gene at play. So on the regular bamboo, there's not very much smearing of the pattern along the neck. The pattern's not as pushed up along the sides and also not as smeared together. And then as a comparison, here's the bamboo with the Yara. So you can see those alien heads along the neck are all smeared together, have this kind of granite look to them. And the pattern along the side is pushed up all along the snake. It's pushed up much more than a normal bamboo is. And so if we look at the eyes, hopefully you can see that there's a little bit more lightness in the eyes as compared to the regular. Now here's getting to the results of breeding the bamboo Yara to the blackhead leopard Yara. On the left is what looks to be a regular bamboo leopard, and on the right is what I believe to be the bamboo leopard Yara, or possibly the bamboo leopard super Yara. So you can see the difference that that's making in the combo. So looking at the regular bamboo leopard, you can see the same kind of differences between the two. So again, there's no heavy smearing of the side pattern near the neck. The pattern isn't pushed up very high along the sides again. You're still getting that leopard look. It's a bit darker than the regular bamboo. But I don't believe this has the blackhead in there. And then on the leopard with the extra Yara in there, so we can see along the sides, the pattern is pushed up a bit more, and it's also really crazy looking. This is why I think this is Actually, probably the Super Yara leopard bamboo. We can see on that dorsal, it's very strongly dorsal striped instead of weakly like the normal leopard bamboo is. Those eyes, you can see they're quite a bit brighter. That's one reason why I do think that this is probably the Super Yara. And so seeing this one come out was definitely one of the first things that proved to me that there's this extra gene, and it may be a more striped line of the red xanthic. And this is just one of the coolest bamboos that I've ever seen. And as we keep going through some of these examples here, they just get even cooler. This is the blackhead Yara. So you can see the stripe on the back has that tearing near the head. And it's this jagged kind of tearing look. On the side, we can see near the neck, the pattern is spreading together. The alien heads have this look. You can see that the pattern is lifting up from the belly and creating these teardrops with a very round shape around the keyholes. And the pattern going around those keyholes is a bit narrower than normal. All right, and then things start to get super cool. So on the left, I have the blackhead leopard Yara. And on the right is the blackhead leopard Super Yara. And I've not seen anything that looks anything like the one on the right. And again, comparing on these two, we're going to see the same sort of characteristics. Along the side near the neck, we have that smeared pattern again. The pattern is all pushed up along the way. The color is a bit more muted than what I would expect for this combo. Also, compared to most blackhead leopards, I'd say that the eye stripes are a little bit more faded towards the back of the head. And this blackhead leopard Super Yara is probably one of the coolest ones out of the clutch. So we see along the neck an even stronger smearing of the pattern, even higher lifting off the sides. Almost all of the alien heads don't connect down to the bottom. The pattern is almost completely chained all along the body with these tight ring looking alien heads. It's almost like a gold chain or something going from head to tail. And then we can also see on the head, even though blackhead leopard usually has a strong but thin eye stripe, having the two copies of that Yara in there has really faded out the eye stripes, especially towards the back. But having eye stripes like this is something I've never seen in a simple blackhead leopard. Such a cool look. And saving the best for last, this is what I think is the coolest hatchling out of that clutch, and probably one of my coolest hatchlings for the whole year. This is the blackhead leopard bamboo Super Yara. And this thing is just crazy. It's got that same sort of thing we saw in the blackhead leopard, where the pattern along the side is just completely chained all the way down. This one's like a silver chain down the side. On the back, the dorsal striping came in incredibly strong, even though most of these genes are typically considered to be blackback genes. This is one of the strongest dorsal stripes I've ever seen on any bamboo combo. And the dorsal stripe is just so cool. I love how it runs the whole way down, but it's like it's being ripped apart in places. It's a look I don't think I've seen anywhere else before. And I love the contrast on this snake, going from dark on the top to light on the bottom, plus all of the light contrast on the pattern. Absolutely beautiful. We can see the same sort of thing again with those eye stripes kind of getting washed away, and those eyes are much brighter than what you would normally see on something with blackhead in it. And the eyes also add a great contrast, just these stark steel blue eyes against that dark gray just really brings the whole thing together. There's kind of this cool look to the head stamp where it's darker on the nose, lighter towards the back of the head. Overall, just an amazing looking snake. and I feel so lucky to have hatched this after so much work, chasing down something that I didn't even know if it was a real thing. And that when I asked for opinions, most people actually said, "You're crazy, that just looks like a normal with a little bit of granite," or "Oh, that's just natural variations that you'll see in your blackheads or your blackhead leopards." And to have basically followed that through with my projects and to come to this fruition is just so rewarding. So those snakes turned out so cool, and this is something that I'm really proud to have taken all the way from something that looked a little bit strange to me to, hey, maybe this is actually a genetic mutation that's happening, all the way to producing the supers this year and seeing just how awesome the result of that was. And maybe a little bit clickbaity to say that it's a new gene, because I do believe that it's going to probably prove out to be a line of het red exanthic. But either way, just with the results as the way that they are, it's going to be something I'm really excited to keep moving forward in my collection. If you like the snakes you saw today and you're interested in seeing more, definitely always remember to check out my Instagram, check out my MorphMarket for snakes I may have available for you to purchase for a pet or as a breeder. Thanks for checking out the video. I appreciate it if you like and subscribe, and have an amazing day.